Still here kicking it inside the belly of the beast that is the Scotiabank Arena. Keil Augustine, Javon Shepard, Paul Jones. Now, I'm a big Reddit fan, so I'm always on there perusing the conversations, just trying to stay in touch.
He's got nothing.
I got things to do, but I need to be in touch with the fan base.
Spend time with your daughter, man.
Listen, she's good. Don't worry about her. I need to know what the fan base is talking about.
She's reading Reddit too, or
no,
what?
She's watching Blue's Clues or something else while I'm just on the phone. But here's the deal, though. I came across a very interesting thread talking about year 3 comparison between Scottie Barnes and some of the premier players at his position. Let's look at the stats, and you see this is Scottie through 20 games so far, but they're comparing 2013-14 Kawhi Leonard and 2015-16 Giannis, the Greek freak. And
third year, right?
Third year, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So you look at this board and you see the numbers being put up. Obviously, what Scottie's done is very impressive through 20 games. But Jonesy, I'll start with you.
Wow.
What does this say? When you extrapolate out from this board, because people are curious, is Scottie a franchise cornerstone? Do you build around? What does that board say to you?
Yes.
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 And yes.
And those are some monster numbers.
Yeah.
Like, it has to translate into winning, though. I mean, there are lots of guys that put up great numbers. Now,
You got to pull Kawhi out, though, because he was playing with
and that's
3
just
other
it.
Hall of Famers.
That's just it. Kawhi's numbers could probably have been better in the sense that they were winning and he was getting chips. Giannis eventually got his because he became a guy that they built around. But Scottie's that guy. He is, and he has the potential to be that guy. You just look at those numbers. You look at the way he's playing. And I think last year, the little dip he had last year might have been good for him in a sense. Just to recalibrate him to, okay, so it's going to be like that. I better pick my game up. I'm capable of picking it up. Javon and I were talking on the broadcast the other day. You watch him shoot threes now, he's stepping into them with confidence and conviction. And when it leaves his hand, you think that's going down. I don't know if everybody thought that last year.
Nope.
So what happened last year?
He was challenged at times, especially in the beginning of the season.
Right.
They would leave him on the perimeter.
Right. It's forced him to up his game, and he's got to take that internal motivation and keep striving to get better and better. And if it starts to translate into wins, he is a cornerstone. He is a guy you build around.
I think when you look at those numbers there that we just seen, and you're comparing him to Giannis, you're comparing him to Kawhi in year 3. It's funny that just last year, this kid took so much criticism for his play, right? And
what have you done for me lately, according to the media?
And you look at that, and his shooting is obviously far exceeded Giannis. He's a better playmaker than Kawhi is, ball handler as well. I think instead of comparing him, we can let Scottie be Scottie, right? He can surpass both of these guys
into a new stratosphere.
And to your point, winning has a lot to do with that as well. But you look at the fact that he puts in the work, right, and his willingness to work. His 3-point percentage right now, just under 40%, right? And that was a big knock last year. You think about the entire league the last couple of years, and there's been an emphasis on 3-point shooting. Only hovers around 35%, right? And Scottie has upped that number from low 30s to high 30s, right? Like, that says a lot about his ability to put in work, his ability to hone in on his craft, but and he just has so many tools and so many skills that and we've heard Coach Darko talk about it a couple weeks ago, just identifying 2 or 3 things that you can excel at and be great at. The greats in the game, they have 1 or 2 moves that you get to.
But you look at the guys that he's being compared to in the third year, those guys are greats. Like, they do everything. I mean, Giannis doesn't shoot it well, but you look at a guy like Kawhi, he does everything well, and he does it at both ends. And you look at the way Scottie's defense has been this year. There's no metric or number that we measure up there, although, Javon, you had one the other day where you said when Scottie and who are on the floor together,
when Scottie and OG are on the floor
they're giving
together.
up, like, their defensive efficiency.
Was it like
ridiculous.
90 per 100?
Ridiculous. But back to Scottie, there's something that we don't always look at the metrics for, but defensively, he can guard he's like OG. He can guard 4 or 5 positions.
3.5 stocks, steals, and blocks a game. Those are elite numbers.
Like you saw in the last game against Phoenix when, like, Phoenix was bringing the ball up the court, and he sat in his chair against Devin Booker and got his arms out and got big. Like, even Devin Booker went, I'm going to have to work for this.
The other part of Scottie's game that there's no metric for it as well, and it oftentimes gets overlooked, is his ability to be infectious to his teammates, right?
One of the
And
better energy guys.
the
Yes.
energy
Raptors
that
squad.
permeates throughout his team, right? You can't put that in the box score. You can't measure that.
Yeah.
And for me, that's somebody that can galvanize a unit, right? And you add the fact that his numbers are great. He continues to his progression, his trajectory is sky high, and he's willing to work. But that element right there makes guys
Giannis.
want to play with you.
Like Giannis, and I'm going to mention another guy too that's not on there. Old timer that was the same way as Magic Johnson. People
Fun.
love to play with
Fun,
Magic.
man. Basketball's supposed to be fun.
Exactly.
All right, well,
Exactly.
enough from us. Let's hear from the man himself. This is Scottie Barnes.
We got a lot of unselfish players on this team. A lot of players that's willing to make that extra pass, play for your teammates. So you can just see that on the floor. We get a lot of assists every single night, and we're willing to pass the ball. We feel like as a group we got a lot of unselfish guys, and we know we're going to have to play together in order to win.
You've done a lot of the playmaking, bringing the ball up the floor with the second unit. How's that been for you, sort of having a dual role on this team?
It's been pretty good. It's being able to go out there, no matter which group it is, just be able to go out there, lead, do whatever is needed out there on the floor, no matter if I'm at the top of the key, setting pick and rolls, playing through the playmaking role, playing through the elbows, bringing the ball up, being able to knock down shots in the corner. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm just trying to fulfill that role.